And that's weather for February 10th, 1962. And now to you, Cruz. Thanks, Cruz. Breaking news. After almost 2 years of prison time, Gary Powers was finally released from a Soviet prison in the world's first spy swap between Powers and Soviet spy Rudolf Abel. But who is this, and why is this so important? Well, in 1956, the CIA proposed a plan to gather information about the Soviets and they proposed this to our previous president, Dwight D. Eisenhower. He accepted, and the new U-2 spy planes flew over the USSR. The U-2 planes revealed that the U.S. were far stronger than in our nuclear capabilities than Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev had claimed. The Soviets were unable to stop the flights due to the high altitudes of the U-2 aircraft, but in 1960, the USSR developed a new missile that had the capacity to hit a U-2 aircraft. Powers was flying over to photograph military facilities in a 9-hour flight from Pakistan to Norway. Over Sverdlovsk, Powers was shot down with the new surface-to-air missiles, and when he crash-landed, he was greeted by the Soviet army. Powers decided not to kill himself instead of killing himself with a poisonous needle the government gave to him in case of that he was captured. 4 days later, Nikita Khrushchev announced that they shot down a spy plane. Thinking that the pilot died, officials claimed that it was just a weather plane. However, it was quickly disproven with a photograph of Powers and the aircraft. Powers was sentenced to 10 years in prison. The incident made it difficult to come to an agreement during the scheduled meeting between the Soviet Union, France, Great Britain, and the U.S. about the nuclear arms rights, and after a few hours, Khrushchev walked out of the meeting. The Soviets then refused to talk about nuclear disarmament for several months after the meeting. The tensions with the Soviet Union had never been higher. Next up, Florida man scares neighbors with an alligator head. But we'll be talking about this after a commercial break.